Great. Thank you so much for joining. It was last minute, actually, so I really appreciate a few people who are there. Okay, so we will be talking about leveraging your brand in Web3, community building. I wanted to make this talk quite practical so you can have some tips that you can use. And basically, okay. Okay, it worked. So yeah, I'm nervous, and if you didn't laugh at this joke, I'm even more nervous now. Oh yeah, thank you so much. I know who is my favorite in the audience now. And so basically, I want you to raise your hand if you're a member of a community in Web3, right? And so today we will be discussing how we can build good community in Web3, right? How you can do your own good, nice, engaged community. Before this, just a little bit about myself. I've been building successful marketing strategies in Web3, mainly for Web3 companies, more art-oriented companies. I used to be head of digital marketing. I am still steering member at London Women Leading Web3. I am co-host of the Makasi show. I used to be a content creator at ETHWarsaw, which is an amazing company I will tell you a little bit further about. I used to be ambassador and speaker here and at NFT so you can see this picture there. I am editorial contributor at NFT magazine, and I also finished Sotheby's Institute of Art in London. And so basically, a little bit about my professional background. I've been doing marketing strategy for Yumin Jun. He's quite a big artist in China. He's one of the best contemporary artists. His top sale was $70 million at Sotheby's auction house. He's also a person of the year. And so we were having this traditional artist, and we were creating digital NFT collection for him. I leveraged education with Christie's education. We were also organizing exhibition at Art Basel Miami. We were also marketing Chris Levin's first NFT drop. He's also a big traditional artist. He took a picture of Queen Elizabeth II during her lifetime. I've been curating art showcase during non-fungible conference in Lisbon. And I was handling monetization of the Makasi show, which I will tell you a little bit later about. So when we are talking about communities, there are three principles of how to build a community. Basically use incentives, and we will talk a little bit further about it. Be ready to change according to your community, right? So you have to pivot. You always have this small chance that you might have to pivot. And also create FOMO. And so basically, use incentives for your community, and here is like great examples. Insensitive means you are not giving out discounts. Nobody wants a discount on your product. People want something for free. People want to go to ETHWarsaw and get a tote bag and a socks for free, not with a discount, right? And so when you're creating a campaign or giveaway, just be mindful. Don't give away some crap things, right? Give away something people want. Another thing is use memberships. I think many of you know this museum in London, Tate Modern, and they have memberships. It's normal Web2 practice to have memberships because people always want to connect. We tend to feel lonely. If you're looking at Japan, Japanese people live longer. This is like the biggest community of people who live more than 90 years. And they are all in Japan because they have a local communities. So yeah, use memberships. They can be paid, they can be out of charge, but do it. Like, it's a nice way. Even Forbes Web3, they were entering the Web3 scene, they introduced a membership. And so be ready to change your plan according to community needs is a nice one. Here's an example of quantum cats. Can I just understand if you guys heard about this collection on Bitcoin? Okay, I see some people. So basically it's a nice collection on Bitcoin. Their founder is quite known in this space. And they made an amazing sale out of this collection, but they had 2 attempts. So 2 times they were like, mint is today, but mint didn't go right because it was rugged, blah, blah, blah. It was some technical issues going on. And so you always have to pivot and you always have to make up a good statement for it. During my time at ETHWarsaw, we were marketing prints and NFT for $800, and our community was like, you are so lame, guys, it's too expensive. So we ended up recounting the whole budget, lowering the cost on our physical prints to make it 200, right? So you always have to pivot and you always have to listen. Creating FOMO is also super essential. If you are a restaurant, you actually are dealing with this because you have a product, you have a burger. Burger is good today, burger is not good tomorrow because like your products are expiring. The same is in Web3, right? Your collection is only good for a few hours. So the idea is that your pre-sale is 30 minutes and public sale is 30 minutes. It can be this, it can be a little bit like different. Art is an amazing company. They have 24 hours, but this is because they are selling a physical product. When it comes to digital art, you have to limit your time, guys, because people have to feel that they're missing out on something important. And one-time offer, this was actually like my case study. What I mean by this, we were creating this collection of physical prints and we closed the sale. So nobody can ever purchase these prints again. But with this particular artist, Yumin Jun, we were doing again Ordinals collection. So for our audience, as a giveaway, we offered this physical print that nobody can ever purchase again. It's a unique print. The artist is extremely expensive, so it's a nice offer. And it's a one-time thing, so you have to be quick. You have to react quickly. Okay, content creation. This is quite essential. I know it's hard to build a brand in Web3, it's really hard to figure out Discord, Twitter, etc. So the main tip, I think everyone is quite like knew about it before, but find the creator that you enjoy and follow his posting frequency. For example, I really love Matt Medved. I love what he built with NFT now, and he posts his tweets like 3 times a day, so I do the same thing. And also create a storytelling. This is actually quite nice example, but it's also quite easy one because CryptoPunks is basically the oldest, the most known collection in the space. But they've been here for a lot of years. And only 2 years ago, or even a year ago, they created this show with NFT now where they were telling about the collection history and everything like this. So this is a nice storytelling that you can use. And I would say that creating storytelling is the hardest thing, but if you are dealing with digital art, it is the most important component. Okay, content creation, also like a small tip, always use visuals because they perform better basically on Twitter. If you don't use visual, people don't they don't catch this with their eyes. Plus 90% of information people are receiving are through their vision. So every time you're closing your eyes, you can just understand that you lost 90% of the information that is coming from the world. So yeah, use visuals, use whatever you want, like GIFs, whatever. Yeah, content creation. There is this saying like Gen Z marketing, right? I'm a Gen Z, so I know. It is a marketing that is quite simple. It's not always appealing. It's quite like weird and super like easy to make. And it's not overthinked. It's quite funny. If you are like looking at millennial marketing. It would be like, oh, today's sale, get something, buy my wristband, whatever. And it would be like a straightforward marketing. But where we are talking about Gen Z marketing, it's something funny and something you would definitely remember. So here's an example. There was this big sale of Shiba Inu dog who was wearing a hat. It was a millions sale on foundation in Ethereum. And the next day, a lot of Web3 companies were putting their logo and placing this hat. So it is a nice thing to do. And I would recommend you like being casual, being funny, short. It would just save you a lot of costs, right? Because when we are talking about old school marketing, it is super costly because you're using content creators, you're using designers, you're using photographers, blah, blah, blah. When we are talking about Gen Z marketing, it's basically Photoshop in 5 minutes. Okay, campaign launch is basically make it funny. This is a nice campaign launch also by Quantum Cats. When they already reviewed their collection, they encourage their collectors to post their ordinal with this nice pet. Okay, and basically it works super nicely. So just make nice, funny campaigns. And one observation that I made was basically the easier it is on Twitter, the better. Because we've been doing a hard and tough campaigns. Like, for example, write a story about how you got into Web3. Nobody is doing that. Ask people to retweet, ask people to comment, ask people to post something, but do not make it overcomplicated. Okay, yeah, and also an amazing way of campaign launch. Basically, we were selling like this guy, Yumin Jun, once again, and his artworks, he's based in China, and this is his way to impress like the world around him. So he has this wide smiles. They're a little bit like even chewy, they're uncanny, scary in a way. And so in order to create a campaign, we asked our audience to quote this tweet and post their smile. And among those smiles, we would pick some people who would win something. So it's a nice way to launch a campaign. Yeah, make it valuable. It means like we were giving away 10 NFTs that were like at a price of $200, which is a lot. This is again to the point where you have to give away something valuable, not something that is not valuable. Yeah, building digital presence, how I do it. Okay, guys, I just love talking. I'm like pretty outgoing person. So my way may not be your way to do it. But what I do, I post educational content. The idea with educational content, you have to follow the trends. You see what's trending in the space and you're posting the content out. I host weekly webinars, which is also an amazing way to tell people in Web3 that you're out there, that you know someone, blah, blah, blah. And I do daily engagements, and I would recommend everyone to do the same. Basically, you just you interact, you like, retweet, comment. And time to monetize. This is our case study with the Makasi show where I host weekly webinars. So this show was there since June 2023. And we understood that at some point we have to monetize. We had, I would say, 2,000 active members, which is not a lot, right? But we understood that it is really time to monetize. And we just create some basic things in order to achieve monetization. Basically, we made a clear statement because, like, guys, we don't get paid. Like, we need actually money to pay for subscription, for the streaming platform. It's our resource, it's our time. The statement was quite nice. If you're using Twitter, there is this button where you can add your Patreon or crypto wallet so people can send you money. It is also a nice way. So yeah, be mindful about monetization. And once we launched our monetization, we published this statement. There were people in our community who were sending like $300, $50, $5 in Ethereum. And they were like, I don't have a lot of money available right now, but I just want to support you. So don't feel ashamed about asking money, and don't be ashamed to monetize, obviously. Okay. Another saying, right? I don't know, like not everyone is a good writer, not everyone enjoys writing, but writing is quite essential if you're a public person. What I found for myself is that I enjoy writing articles. So I'm editor at NFT magazine and I create articles like quite frequently. And you might explore this, especially with ChatGPT. Writing has never been easier before. And yeah, so just a little bit what's happening next for me. I'm thinking about taking a master's degree at Sotheby's Institute of Art. I will be hosting my weekly Amakasi Show webinars, and I would love to see you there as a speaker, maybe as an audience, whatever. I will be writing articles and co-hosting Twitter Spaces. And basically, if you scan this QR code, I would just check among the first people to follow me. I would pick one that would be a webinar guest on the Makasi Show. Yeah. So yeah, thank you so much for your attention. I don't know if we have some spare time for the questions. I don't even know if you have one, but yeah. No questions? Okay, it means that I did a good job. Okay, I see question.
Sorry. Have you been bootstrapping NFT communities even today? Is it working or has it stopped?
I'm super ashamed, but I don't know what bootstrapping means. So can you just elaborate?
To build a community from zero, from scratch.
Actually, I would think this is what I did for myself, but it's not a company, so it's quite a different example. I had 0 followers, obviously, like everyone does when they're starting their X profile. I've been bootstrapping from scratch, actually Accelerator, but honestly, it wasn't a good case study to be sharing right now. But I would say when you have already existing audience, it's much easier. Especially like a few days ago, Elon Musk, he posted out a tweet and said like, our algorithms are not friendly for people with small audience, right? We are pushing forward accounts who have a big audience, and we don't push smaller accounts. And he would be trying to change algorithm to actually like help smaller people, like people with smaller audience to reach more engagement. I don't know when it's coming, but basically what I would say the best go-to platform would be TikTok. Like I've never seen such crazy algorithm before as I've seen on TikTok. Like people with 0 followers can be trendy, and yeah. So basically, Twitter right now is quite tough in terms of algorithms, but not in terms of people and Web3 people. Web3 crowd is the nicest people I've ever seen. They're friendly. So I hope this answers your question. If we have any more questions, just let me know. Raise your hand. Don't be shy. Okay. Thank you so much, guys.